Hello, hi, I'm Angela, and this is London Array. Welcome back into my space and energy. I wanted to do a quick video about something that I feel like I want to address very quickly, if I can, on my channel. I have mentioned multiple times, I've done multiple Sage Goddess unboxings, and I've mentioned multiple times that I am a student of Athena's at Sage Goddess, and because I've mentioned that so many times in this channel, I also want to kind of just quickly touch base on where I am with that company right now, or just, I don't know, I just want to, I don't know, just be very transparent, I guess, since I mentioned it so many times in my videos. So currently, this year I was a student of Athena's. I've been a student of Athena since 2019, straight through, like not one class has been missed. And I really, really enjoy being her student. I found her just because she used to do full moon and new moon ceremonies for free on YouTube. You can find them. I used to watch her on there, and I found her to be so knowledgeable. And when I realized that she gave classes back then, it was called Soul Shift, I was there. I was all for it. And so I became a student of hers, and like I said, I never missed. So this year, her class was called, the programs that she was offering this year was called Apothecary. Joined that. And I have to be completely honest, I did notice that there were some things, I don't know, some things did seem a little off in the previous years. Just some new faces, new faces. It's just people, just some changes in the company and the people that you were seeing. But I didn't think of it too much. I know she did lose her mother in the last couple of years, and that was very difficult for her. And she's vocal. She's always very vocal about all. Athena, I should say, is very vocal about when she lost her mother and how that really affected her, and still does. And that was all very understandable. There was a few other changes that we were seeing as her students, but other than that, I mean, everything seemed pretty okay. And then this year, there's some pretty significant changes going on this year. So she, unfortunately, she started at Sage Goddess about 13 years ago. This company, I believe, had its 13th anniversary. It's August, so August of this year, 2024. I believe it was year 13. And she, unfortunately, I'm trying to think where I want to go with this, or how I want to even... It came out that her husband, she started the company 13 years ago. And for the first 2 years, it was just her. It was a small little company, right? If you ever watch any videos of hers ever, you know the story of how it all started with the Sage Bundle, all of that. And then it really grew, and once it started growing, that's when her husband kind of came on board to help. And he became kind of like a 50, I don't know if it's like a 50-50, but that's kind of what it sounds like. She's a CEO, and he is, I'm not sure what his title is, but I think he takes 50-50, I think he takes 50% of this company, and she has the other 50. I think that's how they were running it. Unfortunately, though, they divorced, right? And so I think they divorced, or at least started going through a divorce a few years prior to it really being announced. I wasn't aware of it until she announced it. And it made sense. Once she said it, I was like, oh, okay. Like, I understand some of the things that I was seeing, right? Okay. And then, shortly after the announcement of the divorce, and I mean maybe a couple months later, it turns out he's got this lawsuit against her. And you can look that up. His name is David. And anyway, he's got this lawsuit against her on behalf of Sage Goddess, and he has his reasons, and you can look it up and read the reasons and get into all of that if you want to. But with that lawsuit, there was some major, it really affected the classes at Sage Goddess that I was in, Apothecary, unfortunately. I mean, I really didn't want to know much about their divorce. I just feel like that's very personal. And that's like none of my business is kind of how I felt about it. I didn't want, I get, divorce and marriage, all of these things, they're a part of life. The marriage can be hard. Divorce sometimes has to happen. It is what it is. But unfortunately, especially after that lawsuit that he filed against Athena on behalf of Sage Goddess, really made things very difficult in the classroom settings. I mean, you were just, it was insane. It was insane. She's our teacher. I mean, she's our teacher, and she was being like, her admin duties were being pulled away from her. She was trying to address the classroom from her personal Facebook. It was a madhouse. And I mean, my heart went out to her because I'm like, this is wild. And I guess with all of those things happening, she was already not going into Sage Goddess headquarters there in California. She was already not going there, I think, after the lawsuit, from what I can tell. After the lawsuit was filed, she really wasn't going there much. And I don't know if her attorney, because of course she's going to have an attorney with a lawsuit, I don't know if her attorney was telling her not to go there, or what have you. Whatever, I don't know. But slowly she just wasn't able to carry on with classes. She did attempt, but I think it became too much, and she was completely heartbroken. And I think the bottom line was she eventually addressed us and let us know that she couldn't continue with classes anymore at Sage Goddess. And so we were all heartbroken. I was sad to see this happening to her company. I was just sad to see the whole situation. I was also, at first I was just like, man, I wish, this divorce could be like their thing that they kind of like figure out. But it really kind of exploded, and as you can see, it really affected everything. So now, the latest that I've heard, and where we're at this point, as far as at least what I'm seeing and where Sage Goddess is right now, is Athena has decided she's stepped down as the CEO. She's still, what she says, is a co-owner. These are her words that she's posted, I think, on her a public Facebook account that she has. She says, I'm stepping down. I'm not the CEO. I'm the co-owner. And I'm not entirely sure what any of that necessarily means, but it's very clear, like she always says over and over and over. I don't know what's going on at Sage Goddess. The faces that you see, there's some of these people I've never met. I don't necessarily, I'm just flabbergasted by what I'm seeing over there. These are her words. And so it's very clear that Athena is no longer in the building, right? And so her essence, her creation, all of the things that I used to love about Sage Goddess, I know stemmed from her because it's her company. And I know, of course, she had lots of help with Team SG and a ton of help with lots of things, I'm sure. And I'm not about to sit here and what's the word I want to use? I'm not going to rip apart Team SG and the girls that work there and the faces that you see now. There is no reason in the world to rip those girls apart. None. I won't stand for it. I don't want to see it in my comments. I don't rip apart these little girls. And they are younger. I don't mean to call them little girls. They're young women. Don't rip them apart though. They didn't do anything wrong. They're just doing their jobs in the middle of a very unfortunate divorce that's really taken a toll in the company. So with that said, I'm obviously not a student at Apothecary. I guess it's not obvious. I should continue to say that even though Athena decided to step away from teaching at Sage Goddess, so she's no longer a teacher of Apothecary, her husband, who is still in control of the company, her ex-husband I should say, that's still in control of the company, decided to hire other teachers, people that I'm not truly I'm not familiar with any of them to an extent. And so I am no longer a student at Sage Goddess. And I also, anyway, I'm just not really, you won't be seeing any Sage Goddess unboxings out of me right now, at least. I don't know what the future of the company holds, but for now, I'm not feeling it right now. I'm just not into it. It looks like, the new faces that they have they are beautiful young women. I even hear that they are There are young women there that are going to be life coaches. And I know that's not going to work for me at my age to have a life coach that's like probably 20 years younger than me. I know I don't look, but I have a 20-year-old son. And so I'm not that young, truly. And I didn't have him when I was a teenager. So I'm not that young. But it's just difficult, and it breaks my heart. And I don't like seeing all the terrible comments that people leave about the girls that are there. I don't like seeing that. I understand the frustration of going from Athena, right, and all the wisdom and the experiences, and she has her doctorate, and she's coming from, she has her own teachers, and she's always talking about, oh, when I was with this teacher and I learned about that, and I was with that teacher and I learned. She's always going on about how much she's still a student. And then to shift gears to someone who is just not in the same, at the same level, I want to say, or not of the same caliber, it's just not going to work. And I don't know that they realize that, or if they've taken that into consideration, but or just the fact that a lot of people that were in classes, I'm not saying there weren't any young people in the classes, but there's a lot of like women my age, I want to say, in like middle age to older. I feel like lots of accomplished women were hanging out with Athena in these classes. And then to kind of have someone who's just younger in life and kind of at a different space in life, I can't relate. That's what it is. I just can't relate to the new faces. They're beautiful girls, beautiful faces. I can't relate though, because of it's just the level of experience. I think it is, I'm, like I said, I'm not young. I've got adult children. I've got multiple adult children. I've got a degree, I've got a house and the kids and a husband and the dog, and I've got, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, when I was their age, by the time I was 24, I had deployed to 2 wars for this country. And so, like, my life experience is just sitting in a whole different space compared to the beautiful young women that are the faces of Sage Goddess right now. So it's just hard to relate. And that is just where they are right now. So, with that said, I'm no longer a student of Athena's, at least not right now. I don't know what's in her future. I'm following very closely. Believe me, I am paying attention. But in the meantime, I'm not a student at Sage Goddess right now. So there's that. And I don't know if you're even, if I should have mentioned this at the beginning of the video, but this video is only going to make sense if you are aware of who Sage Goddess is, if you've ever been a student of Athena's, if you've ever done any shopping at Sage Goddess, especially if you're ever watching their lives, if you friended them on Facebook, why things look different, that's why, right? That's why. I feel like they're being very careful to kind of, you know what it reminds me of? Back in the day, the way TV shows, sitcoms, like whatever reason, a particular character was this person, played by this person, and then the next episode it's this brand new person and they act like they just keep going, like that's not so and so, who is this, what happened to the real so and so? Do you know what I mean? I feel like that's what happened. I feel like they just kept going and never said anything. They're just slowly kind of pulling Athena's name down out of everything. And if they're on a live showing off what did they use? I don't even watch them. They do daily lives, just kind of showing the products for the day. I don't even know because I stopped following. But if you even mention Athena's name in the comments, those comments get taken down. They are very, very particular. They do not like you to say Athena's name. They do not like you to ask where she is, because people are very confused. And and that's the other reason why I wanted to put this video up there, because I just think it's only fair to kind of just be very transparent with people and be like, hey, so this is what happened. You can go to reddit.com and there's like a lot more information that I'm not really going to dive super into, but if you want more information, there is a whole spiel on reddit.com let some of the SG workers post it. At least one, maybe two of them are on there. I don't know. It's interesting, but it's also just gossip at the end of the day. The point is, Athena's not there. So that's it. And the reason she's not there is because of this lawsuit. And the lawsuit is still active from what I can see. So I don't know what's going on with that. But, you know, it is what it is. So let me know what you think without being mean. Don't be mean to those young ladies. That's not right. They are just doing their jobs. They can't help that the owners of the company they work for decided to get a divorce and it got messy. I mean, it's not their fault. Someone's got to step in. Someone's got to something, right? It is what it is. So don't be mean. Be kind. Be kind. Be kind. Anyway, that's all I got for you. That's all I wanted to say. Please tune into the rest of my videos. If you aren't subscribed, please subscribe. And comment if you have anything you want to share. But be kind. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye.